Welcome to the Monday Morning Brief for March 7th, 2016. Usually when we hear a report on a new postage rate, it is about how large the increase will be and how much more we will have to pay for our postage stamps. But the news from the Postal Service a couple of weeks ago was different. It announced a postage rate decrease scheduled to take place April 10th. On that date, the basic domestic letter rate will decrease by 2 cents. It will go from 49 cents to 47. No stamps with that denomination have been announced by the Postal Service, but of course, forever stamps are always good for the first-class letter rate, whether the rate goes up or, in this case, goes down. As Linn's Washington correspondent Bill McAllister has reported for Linns.com, the postage rate decrease wasn't something the Postal Service wanted. In fact, in its February 25th press release announcing the decrease, the Postal Service said, absent congressional or court action to extend or make permanent an existing exigent surcharge for mailing products and services, including the forever stamp, the Postal Service will be required to reduce certain prices on Sunday, April 10th, 2016. This mandatory action will worsen the Postal Service's financial condition by reducing revenue, increasing its net losses by approximately $2 billion per year. The temporary emergency rate increase from 46 cents to 49 cents went into effect in January 2014 and was always scheduled to only last for 2 years. The last decrease for basic letter rates in the United States happened almost 100 years ago in 1919. Due to the First World War, the basic letter rate of 2 cents was raised to 3 cents on November 2nd, 1917. And after the war ended, it dropped back to 2 cents on July 1st, 1919. This wasn't the only time that rates decreased. There were 2 instances in the 19th century. The rate for a letter weighing up to a half ounce sent anywhere in the United States was set at 3 cents in 1863. And 20 years later, in 1883, it was reduced to only 2 cents. And then, in 1885, the weight limit went up to an ounce, but the rate remained the same, so technically this was a decrease as well. And in the 20th century, domestic airmail rates bounced around a bit before they were abolished in 1975. One of the most dramatic domestic airmail decreases occurred in 1928 when that rate was halved. The 5-cent Beacon on Rocky Mountain's airmail stamp was issued July 25th, 1928 to pay this lower rate. In the Out of the Vault section of its website, the Postal Service commented on that stamp, saying that it represented a rarity that collectors in the 21st centuries weren't familiar with, a decrease in postage rates, adding that in 1928, when the domestic airmail rate dropped from 10 cents per half ounce to 5 cents for the first ounce, the U.S. Post Office Department was ready with a beautiful stamp to further promote and popularize the service. For Linn Stamp News and Scott Publishing, I'm Denise McCarty. To keep up on the latest stamp news, follow Linn Stamp News on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.